What is going on? Welcome back to the channel, folks. We got just a few movies, new trailers and stuff that I wanted to talk about, things that are getting me excited and geeked up about these projects. Kind of going to be everywhere. There's a few projects that I think that are really catching my attention, things that I'm really interested in, and I just wanted to talk to y'all about it. So getting into our first lineup, we're talking about some trailers that came out this week. A few days ago, we got another trailer for Ballerina, the movie that is within the John Wick universe. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I think that this looks like a really fun, action-packed movie. Now, this is a movie where we follow an assassin that is trained with the Ruska Roma organization, who is looking to get some revenge after the death of her father. And while I'm not going to say that that's the most profound or most different type of plot or synopsis that we've gotten for an action movie, let's be real, the John Wick movies and their premise really isn't anything different, but it's really just the atmosphere of this world, the fight choreography that they put into these movies that really captures the attention. And I think that this looks to be right along line with the rest of the franchise. This is a movie that's taking place in between the events of John Wick 3 and 4, and this looks just like a really fun time. We have returning cast members like Ian McShane playing Winston, Lance Reddick, RIP, coming back as our hotel manager. I actually forgot that this movie has been in production for quite a while and that this was the last portrayal of this character that Lance was able to do. So I'm excited to see that. We have some new cast members like Norman Reedus joining the fold. Oh, bro, this Daryl Dixon and John Wick. And not to mention, we have Keanu Reeves coming back as John Wick for this movie. Now, I don't know how big of a role that he's going to play, but it seems like we might be getting a little bit of an action sequence between him and our main protagonist. And that's exciting. I love these movies. Like I said, the storyline, they're not the most profound, they're not the biggest, most game-changing thing, but the effort that they put into these movies with the action sequences, the camera shots, the cinematography is beautiful, and the world building that has gone into this franchise, these movies are just so enjoyable. I have a good time with them, and I'm really interested to see this Black Widow-esque type of character that is going to be in this movie as we explore the Ruska Roma. It gets me excited. I'm geeked up for this movie. I ain't gonna lie to you. Not to mention, we have 2 other John Wick projects that are in production and development right now, a John Wick 5 and an animated John Wick prequel. John Wick fans are eating pretty damn good right now. So there's a movie that I can't wait. Early June, this is set to release, so less than a month. How are you feeling about the new Ballerina movie though? Let me know your thoughts down below. Moving on, we got a trailer for another movie that I really didn't see coming, entitled Americana. This is going to be starring Sydney Sweeney and Paul Walter Hauser, you may know from Cobra Kai. And this one was kind of interesting one to me. It looks to be a comedy type of movie where the entire plot around this movie seems to be around this Native American ghost shirt that is worth millions of dollars, and everybody's trying to get their hands on it. Now, this movie definitely holds a country western type of vibe to it with this comedic element to it that I think works really well for the characters that are in this movie. This wasn't really a movie I think any of us asked for or seen coming, but it looks to be quite a fun time following this plot of everybody trying to get their hands on this ghost shirt from Native American culture, which does have a lot of significance that I had to do a little bit of research on. Now, if you didn't know, the ghost shirt stands as a representation of hope for Native American people. Towards the late 1800s, it was their last attempt at trying to push out the white people who came and took the land. And the shirt was used in this ritual ghost dance that they believe channeled their ancestors and the spirits of the ones that they lost, and was just used as a way, as I mentioned, to bring hope to the Native American people that they would one day be able to reclaim their land and live peaceably. And upon doing that research, I understood why this shirt might be worth as much as it was. A lot of Native Americans in pictures and paintings are depicted with these kind of shirts, but honestly, I just didn't really know the significance of it and why this shirt would be worth so much. Not gonna lie to you, I see all the discourse, but I have never really watched the Sydney Sweeney movie. To this day, I've not seen Madam Web, and I really don't think that I'm going to either. Not saying she's not talented, I just haven't seen the movie. But I really like Paul Walter Hauser, and I like Eric Dane too, who will probably most likely be our antagonist for this movie, and I think he plays an antagonist pretty well. He did good in the latest Bad Boys film. So this is definitely one I'm gonna add to the list. Why not? Who doesn't love a good action comedy movie? Let me know what you thought about the trailer of Americana, and if this is something up your alley, if you're gonna go and check out. Bringing us right along into the Disney territory of things, we also a couple days ago got a first trailer for Marvel's new show Ironheart. And this one's a little bit interesting because Ironheart wrapped filming 2, maybe almost 3 years ago. This was a show that we should have got a while ago, and definitely a movie that stems from this phase 4 mentality and line of thinking that Marvel had coming out of Endgame. And when it comes to Riri Williams herself, now I know a lot of people feel the way that they feel about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed that movie. It's hard to watch, but it is a movie I saw 4 or 5 times in theaters. And even with all of the sadness and the very emotional beats that were in that movie, I actually enjoyed Riri Williams's character very much. I think she has this charisma to her. I think she got this swagger to her that works really well. And I'm not gonna say that I'm not interested to see her in the MCU. I don't know if we needed a show, but I definitely want to see the character more. So I'm a bit conflicted in that. I'm definitely gonna check out the show, but this trailer that came out, it did a little bit for me. So it seems that this show is going to be taking place after the events of Wakanda Forever. Riri Williams is back into her life with this desire to do more, wanting to build something important, something iconic, and do something with her talents. And I think that this trailer does a decent job to establish the story of this show, what we're going with. I just don't know how much we need it. With these Marvel shows, I feel like most of them, they really fall short of the ball. They really feel lackluster. They're not really adding to the overall impact of the MCU. And it kind of feels like this show is going to be doing the same. I know that Ironheart is supposed to be in Doomsday, but as far as this show goes, it doesn't really do a lot to establish any excitement for me for that, especially knowing that this show has been done for years now and we're just now getting it. Anthony Ramos, who plays our antagonist for this show, I like Anthony Ramos as an actor. I think he did really good in the Transformers movie. He's also a fellow Boricua, so cool, do your thing, man. But I don't even like his look in this show. With he walking around with this cloak and hood over his head, and it just he doesn't really give me these intimidating villainous vibes. I think that Dominique Thorne is definitely going to be the person that carries this show. I'm hoping that it's good. I want it to be good. I'm definitely going to check it out. I just don't know. I just don't know. My faith in Marvel is kind of shaken. There's a lot of hit or misses. It's kind of up and down roller coaster ride right now, but it is seemingly true that we just got to get through 2025 and get through these shows to get to the really good stuff on the other end of all this. So while I wouldn't say that I'm excited, I'm gonna check it out. I want to see the suit. I want to see Riri do her thing. I'm hoping that it has some kind of connection later on. Maybe the finale episode preps us for something, but honestly, we're just gonna have to see with this one. Are you gonna check out Ironheart? Are you at all excited to see this? Let me know down in the comments. Sticking on the Disney train just for a minute, we got a new teaser trailer for Lilo and Stitch coming out next week on the 23rd. And I've said it before about this movie. This is a live action movie that I am actually hell of excited to see. Disney often misses with their live actions. I still haven't seen Mufasa. I really need to, but after Lion King, I thought was pretty mid. The Mulan movie, that was years ago, but the Mulan movie really left a bad taste in my mouth. I cannot stand that movie. Was done so unjustly. That movie was done so unjustly. I think really one of their best live action adaptations, if you could call it that, was Maleficent, and that was years ago. I think next might be Aladdin. I liked Aladdin, but anyway, this one, Lilo and Stitch, looks to be a really fun live action remake where we're gonna have a lot of the same beats, a lot of same scenes to get that nostalgic feel, but they're doing a lot of new stuff too. And I like to see that. This movie looks to be really funny, really enjoyable, probably hitting some of those, maybe even hitting some of those emotional beats just a little bit harder because it is live action, like Nani and her struggle of raising her younger daughter after their parents have died, and Cobra Bubbles coming in to just ruin everything, and this idea of Ohana. And I think that that's really cool. I know I'm gonna have a good time with this one. I'm gonna take the kids, we're gonna go and watch this. I know it's gonna be a good time. I think Disney it looks like they did a good job on this one. And that new trailer was just funny. A lot of the trailers that have come out for this movie have been really funny. The CGI looks great. The plot looks great, even though we know what it is. The characters so far feel right in line with their animated counterparts. If this movie does well, this movie could really set the new standard for what Disney remakes should be. If you're gonna do them right. Moving on to talk about a little bit of news with some projects that are out there. We got a couple days ago the first look at the new movie titled Madden, where we're gonna follow John Madden and his rise to success as a head coach for the Oakland Raiders. And you know what? I will always call him the matter of fact, hold on. Should have did this in the beginning of the damn video. You know what it is, man. Tim Brown, one of the best receivers to ever be part of the game. This movie is really cool. This movie has been in production for quite a while. I think First time I heard about this movie was around 3 years ago. It's been in development for quite a while, and we just got our first look, a first picture at not just Nicolas Cage as John Madden, but Christian Bale as Al Davis. And if you are a Raider fan, I know we're going through some hard times, but maybe this will make us a little happy. And now, if you really don't know, man, these two characters, these two people are iconic in the football world, not just because of their positions and the roles that they played, but the entire the Madden video game, man. John Madden was absolutely a great talent, a great head coach that led the Raiders to Super Bowl victories. Al Davis, for the time, was just a cutthroat, ruthless leader. And for a long time, he really didn't know what he was doing, and the Raiders were unstoppable for a time. And the partnership between these two people it was just magic, bro. There is no denying the Raiders, especially the Raiders of the late 80s, going toe-to-toe with the Steelers in the championship games all the time. Oh man, leading a lot of iconic players in the game, man. A lot of players that players nowadays look up to and try to be. People like Tim Brown, Charles Woodson. Jerry Rice was great, but he's always going to be a Niner. Howie Long, George Atkinson. If you ask me, there hasn't really been a roster that can top the 2000 Raiders, man. And I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this one. Christian Bale is a phenomenal actor. I could definitely see Nicolas Cage adopting this kind of quirky mentality that John Madden had, always smiling, at least to the public. This is definitely one that got me geeked up. I'm excited to check this one out for sure. Even if you're not a Raider fan and you're just a football fan, I think that this is a movie you could be excited for. Can't deny these two people in the game, man. The jersey is staying off for the rest of the video. Moving on to talk about an announcement that we got for another video game adaptation to live action movie that's going to be coming to Netflix. We just got the announcement that Gears of War is coming to Netflix. It's going to be taken on by David Leitch, who did movies like the recently Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling, had a hand in John Wick, Bullet Train, Violent Night. Just, I think, a well-rounded filmmaker, and I think that this is one to get excited for. The Gears of War franchise has been a huge thing for many years. Unfortunately, I didn't really get into it all that much as a kid. Definitely played it. I know who Marcus is, but really wasn't a game that I played a lot growing up. But I think definitely has this aesthetic and this world that can make for a very entertaining, very fun movie. And it's coming to Netflix. And with the rise of these video game to live action adaptations just continuously growing, this is a franchise that I feel is kind of overdue, long overdue, and they're finally tackling it. And I think that if it's done right, video game fans, man, they're pretty picky. And that's not necessarily to say that that's a bad thing. You think if you care about the lore, if you stay with the lore and you care about the characters that are involved in these projects, then I think you will be just fine. Marcus is a beloved character with many fans. And I hope that that's the direction that they go. Maybe telling the story of those first 3 games. 4 and 5, I've heard weren't too great. I don't want to see Marcus's son, bro. Just give me the guy, man. But this was a quick announcement. We don't really know too much of what they're going to be doing or how they're going to structure this. If it's even going to be the main characters from the games, or if it's just going to be a separate story told in this world. Maybe some other characters that were doing something else at the time. But I definitely think this is one to get excited for. We're going to have to keep our eyes open and see what they end up doing. And I think that them going to Netflix, honestly, is probably a good call. I know that the fan base for Gears of War is big. I just don't know if it's box office big. And it seems like a lot of these kind of shows or movies with the bigger are doing this straight to streaming thing, and I think it's a good call so far. All Out did fine. Twisted Metal's doing okay. I think really the bigger L of the entire collection was probably the Halo series. So I think that this is a good route for them. So we're gonna have to see how they keep it up. Are you a fan? And if you are a fan, how excited are you to see that they doing a Gears of War movie? Not even a show, a movie. Or would you have preferred a show? Let me know down in the comment. Bringing us to our final little piece of movie news that we got this week. It looks like we're gonna get a Scream 8, and woo, it's crazy. We got a Scream 8 greenlit before we even got Scream 7. So earlier in the week, we got Production Weekly that came out with their daily list of things that are in production. And on the list was Scream 8. And this stirred up a whole bunch of conversation because there is a lot of controversy, if you don't know, that is following Scream 7, the casting of Scream 7, with Melissa Barrera being fired last year, Jenna Ortega not being a part of the new project. And it has a lot of fans kind of divided because I think a lot of people really love to see the Carpenter sisters and their story progress. I myself included, because I really like those characters and where they were going with that. And since then, it seems like Spyglass have just been making desperate move after desperate move, announcing a whole bunch of people that should have really been left up to a surprise. People like Matthew Lillard being involved, David Arquette coming back, I forget the actor's name, but Roman from Scream 3 being in the project as well. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little bit excited for Scream 7 just because I love Nev Campbell. Evan Williams being attached to this project, I think, is amazing and awesome. And we did get confirmation that the twins would be coming back too. And you gotta love the twins. But I do find it interesting that they have seemingly already came and greenlit a Scream 8, and we don't even know where Scream 7 is gonna go. I believe it was said the Scream 8 is also still going to follow Nev Campbell, Sidney Prescott. And I guess my question, if you are a fan, is do they need to? I really love Sidney Prescott. I really love Nev Campbell in this franchise. But at some point, you got to ask yourself when enough is enough. I think that they really had gold with the Carpenter sisters, and it just seems like they are just flailing around trying to figure out what to do next and try to keep this franchise going. My biggest hope with Scream 7 is that we do something a little bit different and not just a rehash of previous movies. Scream 6, I had a good time with until the last reveal, and that kind of pissed me off a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. We'll have to see how true this ends up being. I think that if we're gonna do Sidney Prescott again in a Scream 8, maybe make that the last. You got time to figure out what you want to do from now till you really start going on Scream 8. Figure out something else, figure out what to do, something a little bit different. I think you should give us a new protagonist. I really do. As much as I love Nev Campbell, I just give her a happy ending. Sidney Prescott is tired, bro. Sidney Prescott, she needs a break. How many times throughout somebody's life are you gonna send a killer after you? And now she got kids, and just give her a break. I wanna see her have a happy ending. But I thought that was pretty interesting, had to bring it up. If you're a Scream fan, how are you feeling about Scream 7 and this seemingly Scream 8 confirmation? Where do you want the franchise to go? What do you want them to do? And do you think that Sidney Prescott should still be around, or you think maybe her time is up? That is all I got for you guys involving any kind of movie news. We got some good trailers, got some good news coming out. Let me know what you think about all of this movie news, which one you're excited for the most. I love hearing from you guys in the comments and chopping it up with you when you guys do comment. If you did stay to the end of this video, make sure you hit that like button so we can get this video out to more people. I appreciate that, so thank you. Also consider subscribing to the channel, that way you don't miss any of the future content that drops and you don't get left out. Don't miss out. But make sure you comment something too, because I mean, you know, engagement. But man, I hope you guys have a good day. I am out of here. Be smooth. Stay geeked up.